Hello, I'm trying to figure out my view here so I can see everybody. There we go. Hello, can everybody see and hear me?
Hi.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hear you.
So welcome to the people who've joined. Thank you guys all for joining on time. That was not a test.
That was almost not going to happen for me. So I'm glad it wasn't,
No,
but it worked out.
I appreciate it. It's nice to see all your faces. I haven't seen some of you in a long time and some of you a little bit less time. But this is awesome. Or Dave, we've never met. So
Yeah.
nice to see your face. Dave Morris, we've met.
Yeah, we've
But
met.
Dave S. We have not met.
2 days.
2 days.
And then, hey, Shareed, it's been a while. Fair enough. Some of you will be muted.
You're muted,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
Dave, S, and Ian are muted.
That's fine.
Okay.
So we'll let you guys join, but I appreciate you guys joining so far. And I don't know if everyone, I'm sure everyone won't be here, but some people will be calling in, and some people won't. And you guys will just have to let the other folks know what they missed.
Mm-hmm.
But there won't be anything too important. In general, I wanted to use this call just to bring you guys together, give an opportunity for everyone to meet. I know you'll probably do your own things, and you've already have started, I'm sure. But wanted to bring you here together and also give you guys an opportunity to ask me any questions that you might have, even though I know you could have done that up till this point. But now that there's been some more information out there, I'm sure you might have some questions. Hey, Jim, you got a camera there?
I do. Can you see it?
Not on. No.
Oh, hold on. How's that?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
Nice.
See,
I got you. And
I got the wrong hat though, so there we go.
Sorry, Mike. I couldn't figure out to get myself off mute, but I'm good now.
that's okay, sure.
I'm okay.
So it looks like
And
we have
John?
8 of us. We have 8 plus you, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, so far, yeah. And I don't know if anybody has said specifically they can't join, but again, this is not mandatory. I really just want to say thank you guys for all joining the game first. It's really exciting to have all you join in this game. None of you have played this before, but I've done this a bunch of times, and I'm usually typically playing with the same people over and over and over again, which is the other tribe. So to have all you is really exciting.
Yeah, thanks for organizing all this, Mike. I know it's probably a big commitment, so really appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate the appreciation, and I'm just starting to feel a little like it's real now, right? Obviously, like I just kind of last time we did it. Last time I did it, I kind of had it took me like a month or two of preparing to get it all together and building up the momentum and building up the attention span of everyone else. This was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then in a week we had all 30 of you signed up. So It was a lot faster this time. And I'm just going to run with it. So has anybody want to say people have started reaching out to them to talk a little bit of strategy?
Wayne's been reaching out to everybody individually.
I have, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So for me, I came into this because I don't really know many people aside from Mike. So I don't want to be that one person who kind of sits by the wayside, right? And not really engages people. So I hope you guys didn't take offense to that.
No, I liked it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. It was good.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hey, Sharon. And Wayne, that was like the major piece of advice that Meg said on the other videos too, right? Was just talk to everybody.
Yeah.
I was saying this to somebody the other day. It's like it's really easy to vote. It might have been you, Wayne. It's really easy to vote somebody out if you never talked to them before.
Mm-hmm.
If like you talk to everybody but not that person, it's like, yeah, sure, get out of here. right? So that's like the one thing you can control right now is just at least having some sort of presence with everybody else. So I did a little bit of a post. It's a lot of words actually I wrote, but a post a couple hours ago. And not even probably like an hour and a half ago, just kind of as an introduction, but most of that stuff in there had already been presented in other formats. But so just for everybody's knowledge, so today is just casual, no challenge, nothing too important, really just like a chat about the game and make sure that you guys are super comfortable for what's coming. And then also, yeah, like I said, let you guys ask any questions. If you want, you guys can talk to each other and I can just drop, like that's fine too. And if you hear any issues from any of the other folks like Mariska or Ross or whoever who aren't able to get in, they're trying to, just, give them a hand because I might not get the messages. Yeah, so in general, because none of you have played before, tomorrow I'm going to post a brain teaser, some sort of question on the website. I'm not going to tell you guys it's coming, but you'll know it's coming between 5 and 9. And I'm just going to post it on the site. It's your guys' responsibility to notice that it's come up and then answer the question. And you'll answer it by sending me the answer via WhatsApp as an individual. So not in your group chat, but just to me. And that way I can keep track of when they all came in which order. And basically, whichever tribe has the person who answers last is going to be the tribe that loses. So it's basically the weakest link in the chain. So your job is to coordinate with each other. The answers won't be too hard for these questions. Maybe they'll get harder as the season goes. But in general, it's about speed and about making sure that you don't have some straggler who is just missing, which is typically what happens. Hey, Mariska.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh.
Are you going to tell us who the last person is?
Oh yeah, I'll reveal everything. Yeah.
Where do we find it on the website? Is it just on the main part of the site?
Yeah, it'll be in the recent posts tab.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically just where any post, because it's a blog basically. So where any post goes will be in there. I'm still kind of coordinating how to make it my homepage and how to make it look good, but that's where it'll be. And if you guys can go on the website too and sign up for email notifications, and you'll get notified as soon as it goes up.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Meg told me about that already. Yeah.
Hi everyone.
Yeah,
Sorry I joined late. It's Mariska.
Hi.
Hey, Mariska.
I don't see any
So I just jumped in, and maybe I shouldn't have done that to start talking about it. Maybe I should give you guys an opportunity to maybe go around and just say hi and something about yourselves if you want, or why you joined, or anything like that. I let you guys volunteer. Yeah, Mariska would.
So I've never. Oh, is that Maya Angela?
Hi, Angela. Yeah, I was going to start while I told you I didn't cut you off. This. So this is Maya, and I'm obsessed with her. And you guys should all be too. But I love dogs equally, just so you know. I just happen to.
So here's my obsession.
Yeah.
Letter freak.
She hates
that. Yeah. You guys yeah.
It's gonna become a pet party for sure. I know that's where Rachel
I
just
love
went.
that. Oh my god, I'm so for that.
Yeah, Mike, you lost us now.
So Mariska, you were just gonna say hi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, sorry. So never played Survivor before or done anything like this. And wanted to join because I am just really bored and looking for things to do. And I've kind of watched a episode, and they seem super fun. Want to jump?
Thanks, Mariska. Anybody?
Well,
I don't have to. We don't have
Yeah, I'll
to.
go. So, good being here. Good to see everyone. First time playing this game. I've heard a lot about it, but haven't had the opportunity to take the plunge. Really interested in this because I have 4 kids at home, and coronavirus COVID quarantine is driving me nuts. So a little bit of me time for strategy and whatnot. Really looking forward to it. So Go Tribe. I'm pumped for this. Let's keep our eye on the prize. Make sure we're keeping an eye on both, and make sure that we get the other guys out.
I think we will.
I think for me, I've always missed playing every time, even though Mike has made it very evident every time the game is happening. For some reason, I've missed every deadline you've made for registering. And I do know some of the tribe members on the other team, and my competitiveness to beat them is getting the best of me. So yeah, that's why I joined. As well, I'm home. I have nothing else to do.
I know.
I'm pretty much the same as Ian. Hearing Mike, obviously Mike being my son, hearing him talk about it since all of it's been on, and finally decided to join up this year. So I think one thing that from talking to Mike a little bit, and obviously he can't say it, but the speed that we do everything, I think, is going to be the biggest thing. So Mike, is what in your history, if you're allowed to say, is it obviously we have our WhatsApp group. We also can have an email group, and then we can have a text group. It seems that text is probably the best. So would you think if we all had like a 15-person text group, that the second somebody sees it on the site and answers, that they fire a text off to everybody and say, hey everybody, let's jump on this? Is what's the best way to communicate, do you think?
Yeah, I would say that you already have the WhatsApp group, and you can create one for yourselves if you want one without me. And as soon as there's a challenge posted, if it doesn't involve any coordination, because sometimes you'll need to literally coordinate how you answer. But if it's not like that, then you could just write in that what you already have. I answered, or like I submitted, and then you'll kind of see who's left, and then it's your job to get those people who haven't said they've answered yet to answer. And that could be a phone call. It's often been a phone call in the past, and yeah.
We had a strategy already planned out for that.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit.
Oh yeah, right. You're on the group.
And that's a trick. That was like a life hack I did this year, because last year they all had their own chats and no one let me in, and all this strategizing was going on. I had no idea, and so I just created it this time. But I imagine you'll start to have your own chat at some point. And hey, welcome to Andre, who just joined. We don't have his camera yet, but you're here, eh?
Not here, right?
I was just gonna ask who's Ian, and then I saw you pop up again because I was just
What's that?
So
no, I saw the group because I was gonna ask who's Ian, and then I saw you pop up again.
Oh, and our WhatsApp.
So maybe one of the Daves.
Ruth.
What made you guys join?
Here,
I'll talk first.
you're talking to Ruth?
I'm Dave S. And I sort of found out about the game, and it interested me so much that I had to play. And so I was just hounding, and then it's the way that is, right? It's sort of fitting to my who I am. I'm like, we play board games and games in general from time around the place. So we have that competitive edge around here, and so I'm going to take it into this game too. I'm good at problem solving and all that sort of stuff. So it seemed like it'd be my wheelhouse, and so I'd be able to be good. So, yeah.
Awesome. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Yeah.
I'll go next. So what made me join? Actually, I saw the registration on Facebook. I've been watching Survivor on TV ever since the first one, so I'm a huge fan. So that's what made me have interest in this. I love the whole strategy point of it. The gameplay, getting to know other people. It's that's what interests me. So That's why I signed up.
Nice.
Well, I'm pretty good friends with Meg, and so, and I know Stevie too. And so, in the last game when she was playing, I would like go hang out, and she would tell me all about this, and I was like, "What are you even talking about? Like, what is this game? I don't get it." And so then she messaged me, and she's like, "You have to sign up. I'm sorry, you just have to sign up." And then she told me Ruth was doing it too, who I know through her. And so here I am.
Nice.
Hey, Andre, welcome. We can see you now.
Hey guys, yeah, I had to switch computers.
No worries. We were just doing introductions. That was a cue.
Oh, what? Hello.
I'm just joking.
I felt the awkward silence come through, but I didn't know if that was just lag. Yeah, so a little bit different than my photo. I got rid of the hair. This is my quarantine hair, and I trimmed it so that I don't have as much of a burliness going on here. And I was a little bit late because, of course, my son decided that he was so tired that he didn't want to go to sleep.
Well, yeah, I figured it's not going to be every day is not going to be easy for every person, right? And that's just part of the game. And I think as long as really the most important thing is that on vote days, if your tribe has to vote, that you get that vote to me by 8 p.m. And you can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it whenever. You can do it the day before if you want. But as long as I have it, you know, if you miss a challenge or you guys lose because of something happened, then it's your job just to, you know, let everybody know that this is what happened, and hopefully everybody, you know, doesn't hold it against you, which they shouldn't.
Oh, Dave, I like your shirt.
Mike, on the website, where does it say sign up for alerts? I'm on the website.
I literally don't know, but it's
You have to do it on a separate website. I can send you the one that I did it on, but it's kind of sketchy.
So April, what made you bite the bullet and play this year? Because I figured with Graham playing last year, it was probably like it got annoying by the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much why he tried to get me to join last year, and I was like, oh no, I don't have time for that, and I didn't understand how the game would work. And then I got to watch him. I think he got knocked out right in the nurture, but he got so into it, and it kind of did get a little bit of a it was fun to hear about all the drama going on in the background, and
yeah,
like he was so into it, like he even followed everybody all the way to the end. Like he was following up every day with it, and still talking to people too at the end of it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a go.
Awesome. Yeah, super glad to have you. Dave Morris, they want to miss you.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, no, got a lot of friends.
Because you're not a fan of Survivor at all. Yeah, you're not a fan of Survivor at all. So
yeah, I kind of got muscled into this. It's the first time my group of friends actually even asked me to play. And so yeah, and there's a lot of them on the other team. They're all the worst kind of people, so don't trust them. But yeah, no, it was Peter German. So Peter German's on the other team. He's my neighbor, and he kind of cornered me with a couple other neighbors and asked me to play. And yeah, I signed up. So yeah, we're all kind of the same way, you know. I will. First opportunity I get, I'll vote those guys off because that's what we do. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone and having a good time.
Awesome. John, I think it's just you, and then Ruth if you're there.
No problem.
So
for me, I actually only picked up Survivor because there's no sports on again. So I was talking to my wife, and I was like, "What am I gonna watch every night?" So I actually didn't really watch Survivor. Like I watched the first few seasons, and then now that there's no sports, I was like, "Okay, let's watch Survivor." So it's been my new guilty pleasure every week. And in the same boat, I have some friends that are on the other side of the tribe, and they all con me into playing. So
I feel like a lot of us know a lot of the other side.
For sure.
Hey, Ruth, welcome. We can see you now.
Yay! Hi.
Hey, Ruth.
So what was the question?
We were just doing in general introductions, like how you joined the game, and basically what you're doing here.
I heard about it 2 summers ago from Meg and Stevie. And I think that's when Meg won, or was it last year? I don't remember.
Yeah, Meg won, yeah.
Yeah, and she invited me this time around, so I thought, why not? I have only watched the first season of Survivor, but I do love trivia and like riddles and games and stuff. So
that'll come in handy.
Yeah, so for people who know the show Survivor, like I'm obviously a big fan of that show, and I have been the same as Shareed since the beginning. And it's kind of similar. Like obviously you're not all together, but the weeks where you have to vote somebody out, like I've seen a lot of very similar things in this game as I have in the show in terms of plans forming and then changing last second, and people telling 2 people, like someone playing the middle and telling both sides what's going on, and like I've seen a lot of exactly the same things as the show, and so that's really why I do this, right? The challenges have been a work in progress to try to find some fair way for people to win without having to put too much effort in, and also in a way that you can't just Google the answer to things, because I've seen a lot of that in the past when I've tried to do things like that. It's just like everyone can find that stuff so quickly. So, other than not really being together, it should still flow, especially this season where there's a few things a week. It should still flow very similar to the TV show, which is what I really hope for. And in the past, I've written the season as if like, hey, you guys were on an island and you went swimming and had a conversation with this person. That was just kind of a waste of, I think people liked it, but it took a lot of time and it was kind of busy work. It didn't really add too much. So I'm just going to try to describe what's actually happening in this case, and really be careful not to spoil anybody's secret alliances or how they know people and those types of things as well, other than what's kind of right out in the open. So I kind of want to throw it to you guys. Do you have any questions for each other, for me? Any just topics or anything you want to bring up to have everyone together in terms of strategy or anything? It's really, the floor is yours. But I can come up with questions if you guys don't want them.
I wonder if it's not early to have questions, no?
Nice chat, Nick. Nice chat, Dave.
Yeah. That's weird to be on camera talking to people and people still using them, still being more comfortable using the message feature.
That's hilarious.
Texting each other. So do you guys have any questions about the challenge portion then? Let's say that. So Mondays and Thursdays each week between 5 and 9, I'm going to, anytime between there, I'm going to post it. It's going to go on the website and you need to notice it and then answer the question. But do you have any questions about that?
So just to be clear, we individually have to respond to you by WhatsApp on the challenge?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Look at that. That's a long finger, isn't it?
So so let's say I respond, it comes up at 8 tomorrow morning and I respond at 9. And I give you my answer. When do you tell me whether my answer is correct or not?
So yeah, that's a great question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my WhatsApp there and I'm just going to see a list in order of who responded when, right? So I'll know who's last. I'm just going to take all that down and then I'm going to be writing like a brief kind of write-up of what happened, of who answered quickly, like who answered like neck and neck, who didn't answer at all or who was last, and just kind of go through those details. And I'm going to put that in a post that is going to go up maybe like an hour after the voting, after I have all the votes. or at least when I know which tribe won. And then you'll find out via that post, and that'll happen that same night. So Monday nights, you'll find out that our tribe won or lost. And that's kind of, for people who play the game, that's part of the fun of it too, is like there's this period of time where everybody's answered, but the two tribes don't know who won yet. And so they're just kind of waiting, and then they see the post and they'll find out that they won, or that you'll find out that you won or that you lost. And then it'll be like, okay, in 2 days from now, I got to vote somebody out. So now we got to start putting the plan together.
So the answers from both tribes could be wrong, and it could boil down to the speed.
Yeah, like if both tribes, that's a great question. Hopefully there's no scenario where all 30 of you get the answer wrong. But it will be the most right answers the fastest. So if you both get 10 right and 5 wrong, then whoever got that 10th one in first. But that's another reason why too, is answering the fastest. If it's kind of a tricky question, might not be that good, right? If you don't have the right answer.
But then what if you go quickly and then you answer, then you realize later you got the wrong answer? Can you resend an answer?
I'm only going to take, and this goes for the same for votes as well. When you have to vote somebody out, I'm only going to take one response.
The first one.
Your final
first
answer.
one. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'll actually appreciate you not to send any other text other than that one, because it's going to kind of move you around in the list, and I'm going to have to go back and see. But yeah, so you got to make sure you get it right. And so, and you know, an example may be that they're told. Something's going on. And I told this to, I think you guys may know this already, but I'm going to be doing some challenges that might be like 2 parts. It might be like just 2 riddles, like 2 brain teasers, 2 questions. And I'll say, you know, 5 people need to respond to this one and 5 people need to respond to this one. And so basically I should be getting answers from some of you for one question, answers from some of you for another question. And then I'll still look at how many were right overall. But that's going to require not you guys just answering really quickly, but also answering the correct way. So there's going to be directions in the questions, and my video may have cut out here, but I can hear. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
The way that I describe you to answer will be really important as well, not just the answer, because you know, if I'm trying to do it that way and then everyone answers one, you basically didn't read the rule, didn't read the instructions, and so you lost the challenge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's new this year, so we haven't done that before, but I figured that that's one way to get you guys talking before you have to answer the question.
Right.
Okay, so if at 9 o'clock I think I know what the answer is, then before I answer, I should jump on to our Nevala Tribe if WhatsApp's the easiest for everybody, and I could say, Toronto Raptors or whatever I think is the answer. So before I would answer, then our group starts going, okay, I'm going to go on it, and then Wayne says, yep, I think it's Toronto Raptors, and someone else says, no, I think it's the Blue Jays. We really need to have that conversation to make sure we all get the same answer, so it doesn't come down to how many got an answer and how many didn't get the answer. Like we got 8 and they got 7, right?
Agreed. Yes, exactly. And I think you'll find the first few questions are going to be like pretty easy. You can probably just sit there, look at it, and figure it out. And so you might just want to get your answer in quickly. But like I said, like it's especially during the tribal challenges, and when it's individual immunity, obviously it's very different. You want to get it in right away. But it's really more important that you get everyone in. That's really the most important thing. That your answer being first doesn't really impact anything for a tribal immunity challenge.
Yeah, I think the logistics at the start for all of us is going to be the most difficult aspect of the game. Yeah. And then once we figure that out, I think we'll or should be good, right?
And
now that I figured out how to use WhatsApp, I will figure out that we'll use that as communication. Sorry, guys. I swear to God, I'm better at technology. I did have to use WhatsApp because I had a BlackBerry. Apologies.
Mike, since we're going to be individually sending you the answers, will we ever be able to see the ordering of who submitted the answers and the timing?
Yeah, so I think I'm not going to take like a screenshot of it, but I'm going to be taking it down. I have basically a Google sheet that has all the data that's going to be holding everything for the whole season and like the master list. And so I will definitely reveal. I might not like reveal the whole list, but I'm 100% going to reveal either the people who answered the quickest and the people who were the worst, and so basically who lost it for their tribe. I will reveal all that, but I might not do like the whole list, but I may. I don't know yet.
Right.
Mike, if we have, let's say 13 of our 15 people answer tomorrow because, something happens to the other two, right?
Yeah.
And 15 of the 15 answer from the other tribe, but we got more correct answers. Does it, it's still only the correct answers that count, right?
Only the correct answers, yes.
Okay, so if one of us misses for some reason, but the rest of us talked and we had more correct answers than they did, then we still win, right?
Correct, yeah. Whoever gets the most right.
Okay.
So, Mike, I have a quick question on idols. Yeah. How exactly do they work, and when can we play them?
Yeah, that's a great question, and there are some rules. So on the about the game page, like there's some rules, like there's some details about immunity idols. But essentially, there will also be throughout the game reward challenges that are posted at different times of the week.
Okay.
And I will, before that challenge or in that challenge post, it's basically going to be the same. Like it goes on the website. You guys answer as quickly as you can. I'll tell you what that's for, essentially, whether maybe it's an advantage in the immunity challenge, maybe it's a hidden immunity idol, maybe it's some other twist. And so that's how you'll get them. And then the way that like a hidden immunity idol would be played would be with your vote. So, the week that you think you're in danger or your friend is in danger and you want to use the idol, you basically say like, my vote is for this person and I'm using my idol on me.
Okay. Cool.
So then,
and I will just I'll keep track of all that essentially and let you know. In some cases, there may need to be a revote.
Yeah.
Or your idol. I'll just basically write in the post, this person used an idol. It was successful or not successful. That type of thing. And so I'm trying to get back to the video, but I don't want to rejoin again and lose the connection that I have. But sorry, go
also,
ahead.
One more question.
It lets you sign up for notifications. Whoever asked earlier, sorry, I wasn't sure. On just the main Survivor thing. To be notified of new posts via email, you can just do it on the main page of the Survivor website.
Oh, you can.
And then there was a follow-up question.
Yeah, sorry. I think it was kind of touching on maybe what Sasha brought up. If we come to a draw, how do we? Is it just a simple revote, or how much time do we have if we have a draw on like a split vote? Sorry.
So it will depend on the. You hear myself. I'm just working on getting my audio fixed here. So I'm back in.
And your video's back.
But yeah. Okay, well, we're going to see what happens here. It will depend on the time of day, probably, likely. So a revote may need to happen the next day.
Okay.
Right, can you guys still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's a tie vote, I will basically let you guys all know, hey, there's a tie vote, I need to vote again, but not for these two people because they're the two who there was a tie for. I'll just be pretty transparent like that.
Okay.
But
cool.
It may be the next day. Like you may see the post that goes up there was a tie, we're going to do a revote, or I may just message you all and say like, hey, we got time, let's just get this vote done, and then I'll write it all up.
Awesome.
Did we sorry, Mike, did we determine how we sign up for alerts? I know you said it was on there, but I think Sasha, I think you said you figured it out, right, Sasha?
I did it on
figure it out yourself.
something that I like a totally different website, but Mariska seemed to have a better workaround.
I'm sure there's a way on the site.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop off for 1 second and call back in.
Yeah, but then you can also subscribe. Like at the very bottom, it allows you to click on follow, and that's what I just did. Because when I'm trying to click on notify me of new posts via email, there's like no button to hit to subscribe, so I'm not too sure. But if you click on follow on the main page at the very bottom, I don't know if that'll send you posts though.
I
might
can
need to do
send
like
you
a
guys
test
the
one,
site
maybe,
that
Mike.
I used too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say maybe we could do like a test one or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I'm sure he'll be posting, so you'll find out.
Yeah, so we'll check after. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think how I did it. Because I did subscribe to the email notifications, but I don't remember how I did it.
It should be like 3 dots at the bottom of the. I don't know if it's showing up for you guys though. At the bottom of the main page. Just.
Yeah, as you were talking, I just did it, and it asked me to put in my email address. Then I got an email sent to me confirming it, basically
Your
telling me every
subscription?
time. Yeah, the subscription, and then it says every time that there's a post, you'll be notified by email.
Mm-hmm. Watch list is what I used.
Oh.
But it's the same thing.
Watch list. What's that? I've never heard of that, Sasha.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either. I just Googled it, and it was just like it's a site that like helps you monitor other sites. So you put in the Survivor Hamilton website, and then it takes pictures of it like once an hour or something. So if it notices that something's changed, then it emails you. But it sounds like the other way, doing it through the website's probably better, but I guess we'll see.
So I'm on the bottom. I have my name, email, and website. So I just put Survivor Hamilton.
No, so where did it pop up for me?
Yeah, I just went to the Survivor website on my Google Chrome on my phone.
Yeah,
and at the bottom, if you scroll to the bottom, there's this little icon with 3 dots beside that pops up that says follow.
Yeah, but it kind of disappears and then pops up, so you kind of got to keep
I'm
scrolling to the bottom.
This is your first challenge.
What do we put in the website line
on this stuff?
What do we put in the website line? Survivor Hamilton dot.
No, that's the wrong. Well, I don't know if that'll give you, because that's what I tried doing, but then it didn't really give me.
Here, I would suggest you just take that offline, Jim.
Okay.
Because it's not a rush for that, but you just want to get it later. So I appreciate you guys' patience.
Isn't it important because you're going to do a post first thing in the morning?
Yeah, but that's
one of us has it. Then we can
no. It's going to be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay.
So and especially for the first bunch, I'm not going to do it right at 5. Like I'll give you some time. I'll try to be gracious for you guys. Last game, it was literally I could post a challenge any hour of the day or night,
anytime.
And I was like, well, at least it's fair or unfair for everybody. Like it's not, it sucks for everybody evenly.
Right.
But now I was like, hey, to get people to play, to get all you kind folks to join the game, I was like, let's keep it outside of family. Let's try to put at least most of the stuff outside of family hours if possible.
Yeah.
And work hours for sure. Appreciate your patience as I was disconnected there. So that's the challenges. The reward challenges will basically be throughout the season, and I will describe, maybe not specifically, but in general, what you want to win. And those are completely optional. You can just opt in or out of those. They're not going to have any impact on immunity or on if you have to vote somebody out. But they will be worth it. There'll be a good reason to do it. So that's up to you guys. And they'll be the same format, but they may be individual or they may be for your tribe as well. And then, the votes will be, if you guys are open to it, on weeks, I wanted to do a tribal council just like this. It's basically exactly like this. I'll already have your votes, but if you guys want to call in, I can read the votes live, and then I'll follow it up with a post on the website. But at least you guys will get to kind of go through that. And then if the person who got voted out wants to stick around, we could just have a brief, we talk about the game after.
Wow.
This sounds stressful.
Humiliating.
So that was, the idea. Literally, we've never done any video or anything like that in this game before. It's always just been posts. Like I'm just writing like a blog, right? So I appreciate all you working with us on this stuff.
You wouldn't have had this in real life last time?
It's impossible to get these people together.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I think the people, the reason people like this game is you can pace around your house and do it, which is typically I think what people are doing, or stressing out over beers or something, or wine. Or whatever. Any question? I have a couple questions for you guys, but any questions for me just about?
Mike, I got a question. Prize at the end for the winner?
Well, what do you guys think? Like, so we can do a prize. Like, I don't necessarily want to shell out a bunch of cash for it myself, but if we wanted, but an option would be literally just to put in like $5 each or something small.
Somebody gets
and then the winner gets all of it. Or we could do a bit more, and like the winner and the runner-up could get something, or we could do like a bunch more, and there could be like a T-shirt or something. You know what I mean? So there are those options, but I also wanted to not impose anything because it's I don't want to ask everyone to pay money. But like, what do you guys think? Would you want to just do like $5 would be from each person would be $150, right?
So in the past, did you ever have prizes, or was it just?
Well, last year I bit the bullet and I just got like $100 in gift cards.
Oh wow! Okay.
And then I don't even think I ended up forgetting to give them to Meg anyway.
I think she said that. I couldn't remember, but I think she said she didn't get anything, or
she did. Okay, well then yeah. So then she remembered I owe her. Yeah. So we can do something like that. It's just. You know,
does everybody live local, like in the GTA?
GTA, pretty much.
I live downtown Toronto.
Okay, so obviously I'm having a Land Rover Jaguar dealership, so Mike, I can whoever the winner is. But whoever the winner is,
are we getting
can have one for the weekend.
Way more exciting.
Could have a car for the weekend.
Yeah, they could have one for the weekend. We'd have a fair amount to have a choice, and then if there's $5, $150 for them to do something. But I mean, that's easy. I mean, I can get that. I can get that simple. So.
Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Well, we could crowdsource like a potluck of we could like a potluck of prizes. We could all just chip in something if you want. But whatever. But. So think about that. Maybe just think about it after today. And, someone's not going to be voted out till Wednesday. So maybe we could come up with an idea before then, get that person's money. Okay, that was a great question, though. I'd like to have a prize. Definitely want to have that.
Mike, I have another question. You mentioned kind of quietly at the beginning for the challenges as we answer them, sometimes there's some sequencing to it. Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So basically, my thought process is that in the real game of Survivor, typically immunity challenges are like put in stages, and so I wanted to kind of do that somehow with my challenges, where I would be like, look, instead of one brain teaser, like there's two, and you're not all going to answer both of them. Half of you are going to answer one, half of you are going to answer the other. But like you have to determine as a tribe how you divvy that up, and to make sure you guys don't mess it up. Make sure you guys get those votes in. So that's really what I mean.
Okay, so it wasn't kind of like alphabetical order in their names or birthdays or.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I think in the past though, but I think like Chelsea's probably talking to some of you, and then just sharing probably with all these crazy ideas. So like that's something like that is something I would have probably done last season, right? Organize it that way, something that's just kind of willy nilly. But I think in this case, I think that's really the way I'll do it. Is yeah. Cool. I guess anything's possible, but the thing is, it'll be fair for both tribes.
Yeah.
And I'll try not to put people make people have to spend an hour trying to solve a problem or leave their house for anything or anything like that.
Dave, what's wrong? You don't want to work with me or what?
I think you missed the beginning of that.
Yeah, you see, I wasn't sure if you were talking to me or not.
The rivalry between the Daves.
Yeah, that's right. It started. Although Dave doesn't have to have his last initial though, because he said Dave. The other two said David.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you guys, speaking of David, have you guys looked at spend much time looking at the other tribe, and do you have anybody who you guys are thinking are going to maybe be like a target over there, or somebody who would want to be a target and get rid of over there?
Oh yeah, for sure. So Peter and
winning
Elliot gotta
challenges
go
are
right
important.
away.
Yeah. It took him no time to answer at all.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said outright, like I got friends on that side, but we're the type of friends that we have no problem throwing each other under the bus. So that will just make our day to just do something like that. So yeah, those two got to go first.
Yeah, Peter last season made like a Google document that he shared with everyone in the game of like all the reasons why Elliot was like a douchebag. So why Elliot was the worst.
Wow.
And he was keeping a tally. Yeah.
And poor Pete, he messaged me like personally and said, Dave, I'm so excited that you signed up, and it's so good that all of us friends are playing. And then, meanwhile, I'm texting all the other guys. Like, he's got to be the first one out. Like, he was the most excited about this. We just got to ruin this year for him. So
I like that.
It's true. Like, there's been people in that group who have been voted out early of this game in the past, and like they haven't lived it down. Like they missed out on all this experience.
Oh,
right. And
or Chris Pitt. If we can get Chris Pittman out in the first round.
I'm expecting Jay House to be like one of the first.
John House?
He's always like the last to the party, but probably like the first to be voted out.
Oh, poor John.
Well, he's not typically a strong challenge performer. Like, so that's one of the things is
he's
going to be a liability.
I can say it.
Oh man, that's good.
Anybody else?
What else is on that team?
So basically what I'm gathering is the WhatsApp group is going to be really important for all of us to visit when your challenge comes up, so we can collectively figure out how to properly answer the question.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll really try and ramp up, take care of you guys, and like ramp up slowly the complexity of this, so that it's not. The worst thing would be for me to write a question and for it to be confusing, right? Like because and then I maybe you get like differences of opinion on how it should be answered or something like that. So for me, it's a nightmare if that happens, because then it's like you're having to make a tough call. And so I would try to be really clear and ramp it up so that you guys, so it's not difficult for you to coordinate. It's just, not jumping the gun.
That's a good point. So then is the question just what it is, and you won't accept any like clarifying points if we have any?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, there shouldn't ever be like the need for a clarification. It'll just be like a number or a one-word answer or a sequence of words, but it would be just that.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example. I'll try to give you an example in the questions too of like quote like answer in this format, and that would make it easier maybe.
Yeah, that would.
Although like that, it seems like that. Although you'll still get a bunch of people who don't answer in that format, and then it's like, what do I do with that? I should penalize them for
Throw
it.
them out.
But, yeah.
Throw them out.
And then throughout the season, there will definitely be twists, right? Like if you ever watch the show, like there are specific advantages and rewards that pop up over and over again. And each season maybe has like a new twist or something like that. So I'm going to try and take some things that I like and kind of mix the game up as it goes on, because this is going to go on like two people a week, right? It's like 15 weeks for the people who go to the end. So we got to have some twists and some turns and some ways to help you interact with the other tribe as well as the game progresses. But make no mistake, it's definitely you guys against them for the early portion of the game. And so, yeah, if you don't have to go to tribal council, you can get a whole week without having to vote anybody off. Like that helps build relationships too, because I think, some weeks in the last game, one tribe would lose like 5 in a row. And like, that's 5 weeks of like voting out people who don't want to get voted out. And like, that's like taking a toll on people's real friendships in the past. And,
Oh my God.
and hopefully, and that's only a couple. It's only been like a handful of people who have been like taking it really seriously. But those are the types of people who, if you're playing, risk with them and they knock you out, like they're gonna flip the table over. People like that, and it's like that can happen. But I would say, and this is actually a good segue to this, is like if you feel, and this shouldn't happen, but like if somebody is being like a complete asshole, or if they're worse, being like inappropriate or something like that, like I'm not the police. I can't do anything about it from a legal standpoint, but that's out of the game, right? If that happens, and you shouldn't feel bad about it, because it's, that's just the whole point. And that hasn't really happened in the past. There's been a couple of people who are just loose cannons and you can't control what they're doing. But at the same time, there hasn't been anything really serious, but there has been times where some people have been mean, or, and those are typically people who know each other, right? They're friends already. They're not just like meeting with strangers. It's people who know each other already and who are taking it really personally. And so if you feel anything like that, just let me know and we'll fix it. So anything that you guys want to talk with each other about before, because I am going to have the other tribe meeting in 10 minutes.
Mike, just ask you one more question. The challenges are all going to pop up. So now that we've got alerts and everything, and my alert came on, so they're all going to pop up, and they're all going to be seen the same way, but it will involve lots of different things. So somebody may be good on a computer thing. Is there going to be anything, I guess you probably can't say, but is there typically stuff like it could be computer code or whatever, so that
no, it wouldn't be anything that you need to be tech savvy for, or it's not going to be like a sports challenge, or like or cook a dish and show me a picture of a taco. It's not going to be anything like that, right? It's going to be I think it's going to be pretty consistent in terms of the types of it's going to be problem solving, honestly, like those challenges that like, but at like probably at like a 6th grade level.
Oh, that's pretty high.
At least, you know what I mean? Like the ones you can remember maybe trying to solve in school or something. And
I like a bar that's set that low.
Like racking their brains and having be too stressed by this, because it's the voting the people out is the really important part. Not the challenges aren't as much.
Okay.
All right. Is anybody? So you guys gonna just vote out the people who didn't show up, or what?
Yeah.
I don't. We're
lost.
David's probably working out or cooking.
Oh yeah, if he's working out, we're for sure voting that.
Forgot that guy was in the tribe.
Right.
Okay. Well, if you guys want, we can cut it out here, or we can. Is there anything else you guys want to ask about, or honestly, any questions or anything? I just want to make sure you guys are ready for tomorrow.
5 o'clock, you said, right? 5?
At least, yeah.
It's starting time.
Starting at 5. Starting at 5. Like, check your email.
Earliest 5, latest 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for this, Mike. This is awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, it was good to meet.
Definitely.
It was good to meet.
Sort of.
Sorry, before we hang up, so what's our strategy for tomorrow night then? So are we, I guess a few of us are going to sign up for the group alert and drop it into the chat. Is WhatsApp like the best platform then? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm good with
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we make a group without Mike? I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
Mike really wants to see the politicking part.
Use it against
okay.
us, though.
Well,
It's
if we keep
okay.
a group with him, he may let something slip.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in the group will be my way. If I need to get in touch with everybody really quickly, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And also, as people get voted out, I'm going to remove people from that group.
Oh shit!
Good.
Right? So it's like, peace, you're out. But so that's my way to get in touch with you guys. Like, hey, something important's happening. I feel like that's quicker than email, sending everybody email.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I may do both. But
Okay.
yep.
So somebody will
So you're
post
gonna
in WhatsApp with the challenge, and hopefully whoever's quick with it, we post the correct answer, and then we could all respond from there. And hopefully we get immunity for this week.
We will.
And who do we? Is anybody not available between 5 and 9? I guess we got to reach out to Damien and Ross separately.
Or do we? Oh, I guess we do.
Crickets, silence.
Who's in that same line as them?
Anybody close with Damien and Ross?
No.
Ross just came in. He lives in the same house. So
he should come and he should come with you and say hello at least. That would be respectful.
Yeah, he had a car issue, but he was he'll be going back to Waterloo on May 10th because he'll go back to school on May 10th. So when he joined, we didn't know we'd be in the same house for a little bit, but school starts again, so he's going back to Waterloo. I sent something to Damien, and I didn't get anything back from Damien.
Man, take notes.
Accepted. He probably got distracted.
Take notes.
It's too hot.
All right, right on. Well, thanks everybody. This is awesome. Great start. Hopefully, we're not doing this again on Wednesday. No, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, you guys.
All right.
So nice meeting you guys.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.
Whatever this is.
Okay, bye everyone. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
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 Let's rock it at 5 o'clock.
Yes,
Let's do
sir.
it.
Yes.
Wait, April.